Welcome back to another episode of WittyBantr. Your host Nabil and Daniel are here, and we're missing an Anika Rana who, well, it's 4 a.m. over where she is, and I called her and she didn't respond. So
In Pakistan.
yeah, in Pakistan land. And I guess we didn't have you on the program last time, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah, I was very busy in
Where were
Iceland.
you?
In Iceland, going through the fjords.
Ah,
Went-
yes, the fjords.
Went all across Iceland solo. One of my homies was supposed to come, but his boss wouldn't let him.
That's
So,
unfortunate.
Unfortunately.
And did you like Iceland?
Yeah, I liked it. It was like I was trying to figure out a way to describe it, but it was very much like a video game. I guess it would be like Yellowstone meets Greece because of the black sand, and then meets Yosemite because of the mountains.
Was everything expensive over there?
Yes, very expensive. So it's like
Because they're on an island.
everything. Yeah, I mean, they're close to England, so I feel like it wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, because they're on an island, it's like everything is twice as expensive. So like burgers are like $20 instead of 10.
Like a McDonald's burger?
Well, they had McDonald's and they removed it. I saw a video on that recently. They don't have many fast food other than like one Taco Bell and like a few KFC.
The fact that they have a Taco Bell is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by that. But there was like
What the hell is Taco Bell doing?
yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like McDonald's didn't make it. Like they made it. It was popular for a little bit, but I think I have to look at there was a Vox video that described why McDonald's had to move from Iceland. I think it had to do with taxes and like other things, but yeah, there was not that much fast food. So basically I had to go to a grocery store, pick up a bunch of non-perishables because I wasn't trying to cook.
And what was the grocery store like?
I went to a few of them. It was like similar. They had like CVS style grocery store, and then they had like what they have. I don't know. It kind of reminded me of Smart and Final, I guess. It wasn't like anything crazy, but they all had like weird, like dried fish, I guess, is like kind of like a healthy snack that they have, but it's like everywhere. And then I don't know, all the names are just like one, like it seems like it's just one sentence jumbled into one word. And like they just use like all these special schmosnash, yeah,
smelly fish.
and even their language, I think they were conquered by the Danes, and then they said, nah, we want to keep our language. But yeah, grocery stores were fine. Everything was pretty much very expensive, but like the landscapes were super cool. I'm sure it's similar to your road trip in
Utah
America.
was probably the same type of geography.
Part of it, yeah.
What about the internet and your phone?
The internet was fine. Like I had T-Mobile and they had like coverage everywhere. But like there were even Wi-Fi in some of the remote areas was pretty good. Like I was able to do that. Actually, the only place where I had trouble was in the main city, and I think it was the router. Something was wrong with the router or something because the guy came in and exchanged it for a new router.
Oh, the guy whose Airbnb it was?
Yeah. But yeah, it was super cool. I enjoyed it. I'd probably go again around the winter just to see the Northern Lights and all that. Because like you can only see that when it's not a full moon and when it's dark out. And during spring and summer, it's like 16 hours of daylight. So there's very little chance you'll see Northern Lights at that time.
I see.
But I didn't realize I feel like the reason they have so much like geographical differences throughout the island is because they have 32 active volcanoes on the island. And so there's always like, and they're also located on, I think, like a corner of a tectonic plate. So it's like a lot of the things that you'll see is shaped mostly due to like the volcanoes and the shifting of the plates and stuff. And I also saw all the Game of Thrones scenes, the earlier
Oh, a lot of them?
seasons. Yeah, not when it was bad. This one.
Hmm.
But yeah, I saw like where John and Egret made love, and then where else? Like a bunch of where
Yeah, the Hound came and Arya.
yeah, but also where Brienne and the Hound fought. Do you remember that epic battle
Yeah, I
scene?
remember that.
Yeah,
You were there?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was in that national park.
Wow.
But yeah, that was cool too. And then the Knight's Vale, I saw that location. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And it's also, I feel like one of those locations where solo traveling wouldn't be a big issue. I guess it wouldn't be much of an issue for us because we're guys, but like, I don't know. I feel like in Morocco and some of those other areas where it's still developing.
Thieveries and stuff.
Yeah. Or maybe, I mean, I guess maybe it's a gray line or whatever when they try to
harass
manipulate.
Manipulation.
Yeah, manipulate.
There's no gray line.
Yeah. Well,
You're
I was
either
gonna
trying
say,
to manipulate me or you're not.
I guess kind of in sales, it's kind of similar too, right? Like you're being friends with them, but like your intention is not just to become friends. You're trying to.
Yeah, but sales is.
I guess.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's different. Yeah, I don't know. It's different and same. Because there, it's like they're. Yeah, I don't know. That was like the one thing I liked was that like okay, there's no homeless people. There's no poverty issues because they have like a social structure that
you can't
prevents that.
Homeless on an island, can you? I guess you could. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. And actually, New York is colder year round than Iceland. I didn't realize that either. But yeah, so they have all those like, and even the road that I'm going on or that I went on, the ring road, it's just it's a one-way lane. But every place that you want to see or main attraction is like 5 minutes from the road. Oh. So it's not like you had to do too much trekking. Yeah.
How long would it take for you to drive around the whole island?
23 or 24 hours, I think, total. But I also took like some detours to other areas. And 4x4. That's the other thing I wanted to go back for. So there were
off-roading?
Yeah, because there are some trails. It's not like extreme off-roading, but it's off-roading enough where it could damage the rocks and stuff could damage the vehicle. So I wanted to go to some of those places, but I didn't realize like when I pulled up, it was like no driving. Yeah, 4x4 only. So I feel like that would be pretty cool.
Interesting.
What'd you do?
I did programming for the most part, learning more about different microservices within AWS.
And experimented with cooking.
Yeah.
Michael is cooking right now.
Experimented with cooking. What is Michael cooking right now?
It's some chicken, but he has to let it thaw out. And he says it's very boring.
Yeah, I realized.
Like the process of cooking.
Yeah, like I like frying. Like making a scrambled egg is pretty quick. I mean, you still have to cook it on a stove, so there's work to be done. For some reason, that's like. It's easy to clean up a scrambled egg because it's waterable. It doesn't stick on the pan that easily. And I don't know, it's just a scrambled egg and toast is like. That's what I would like everything to be like. But then other things are not. I'm cooking everything in the apartment. Interesting. Oh, I see what he's saying. He has a lot of goods in his apartment and he's cooking all of it, I think, is what he's saying. Because he's going to be moving. Yeah. It's just getting ready to move. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. And then my blueberry cake came out good the first time. And then I tried to reduce the sugar and add more blueberries. And then also not use baking soda, but that did not work. But that actually wasn't too bad. It was a whole wheat cake.
It was the mashed potatoes or whatever.
Yeah, that one failed. My plan was to make veggie patties, but then when I blended all the vegetables, it became like a mashed potato, too mushy to make a patty out of.
Mm.
I did try to add flour to a little lump and see if that would cook, and it did, but I don't know, it just was not that appetizing. And so,
I feel like with baking, Michael was talking about it too. There's a lot of measurements and stuff that go into that. Regular cooking, for me, I do have a recipe for the first time I cook it, and then after that, I'll just kind of like wing it because I know what ingredients are going in it.
mm-hmm.
I know generally, but baking is more of a science, I feel like, than
Yeah.
because like
Although,
you need a
funny
certain
enough-
amount of yeast to.
Well,
make
funny
the
enough, I
ramen.
found it easier, just based on
what you
the
were
veggie
cooking,
patty
yeah.
thing versus the blueberry cake.
Yeah.
Because I didn't follow a recipe to a T. I looked up like basically how to make cake, and it's
Right.
basically like you need flour, you need
Sugar.
some sort of liquid like milk or water,
Right.
and then then you need a rising agent.
Well, it's probably the
called a
baking
leaving
soda
agent, which
was
is the
the-
baking soda. And in bread you can use yeast, but it's very hard to use yeast in a cake. It does not rise. But the baking soda was like 2 teaspoons. I just threw 2 teaspoons in, just willy nilly, based on nothing, and then it rose nicely. The texture was good. And I used 2 cups of whole wheat flour,
Mm-hmm.
a cup of coconut milk, a half a cup of olive oil. Yeah.
You know what might be good though is, which I actually had a lot of in Iceland, was there was like a local oatmeal bar that they had at some of the grocery stores, and I don't know who the guy was or what the recipe was, but like these were like really good. Like it wasn't like dry like you normally would get like a chewy bar or something like that, or even chewy bar is not too dry, but like I don't know, it was just really good, and it seemed pretty healthy too.
Was it like a cliff? Was it like a Cliff bar?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It was kind of like a Cliff Bar, but I think this tasted better. It was like more thick too. But yeah, you need to find recipes that are like don't require. It seems like you like recipes that don't require too much preparation.
Yeah, not a lot of preparation. Then the dish thing can get annoying. Like if I have to use too many dishes.
Right.
And then so the baking is one thing, but like that's for like unhealthy stuff. I was looking to establish for some reason I don't want to get back into chickpeas. I don't know what it is.
Was it because when you got
Something
sick?
about that wasn't chickpeas. I mean, it was
that was spaghetti and something.
no, it was also dal.
Oh, the
which
spinach
is close to chickpeas.
and the spinach, right? Or you stopped making that too.
Yeah, I don't know.
The spinach thing.
Something about living on your own is like the whole lifestyle changes.
No, it's required of you to.
Well, like when I was living in my apartment, it's like I very easily transitioned into a very. Are these flickering?
Yeah, it's spazzing out.
What the hell? Are all of them flickering?
I don't know.
Yeah, they all are.
Running out of electricity.
Do you
out
think
here.
I can? Do you think it has to do with like?
Should I just turn it on and off?
No, hold on.
Or you can take a look.
I'm gonna just take a twist.
You just get electrocuted on.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh, there we go.
No, I don't think I fixed it.
Well, it's not flickering.
Man, but I'm not buying that.
Think you did it, dude.
No, I don't think so. Let's find out.
Yeah, give it a second. It'll come back. But yeah, you don't like long processes.
Yeah. Man, yeah. I don't know. And something.
Yep.
Its weight is back.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I wonder if I take one out. I wonder if it's just like. Actually, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, they're literally all flickering.
What if we turn it off?
Might be too less of light. Nah, it'll be too dark. I mean, you can click it off one thing. No. Yeah, that's too dark, man.
Alright, well, whatever.
But yeah, I noticed that when I live on my own, I shift into a different mindset for a bit. I mean, for a while.
For cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, just find some easy recipes, or utilize the Instant Pot. Look up some Instant Pot recipes, because that one you just like you throw in ingredients in the thing and then just
That's
hit
true.
go. I mean, you made rice in it, right? It was pretty easy. You didn't have to like boil or like check on it every.
That's true,
so
but
often.
you have to clean the whole thing. You have to clean that thing. Holy moly, this thing is
Right.
fucking with my eyes.
Yeah.
I guess we're just
I can power through. Maybe we just close our eyes for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to clean regardless, though. You don't need right. Like,
Yeah, that's
Are you
true.
so I don't
Well,
think that's
the
avoidable.
rice sticks to the bottom of the thing.
You need to have a little bit of oil and salt, and also rinse the rice, because
Oh.
that'll happen regardless of whether you cook rice in the.
Well, I mean, I pour water
You have to
in
get
it,
the
so that's kind of rinsing, right?
no, but you have to get the starch out of
Oh.
the rice. That's why I like. Whenever I make it, I have the strainer, put the rice in, and then let water sift through it, because it gets rid of the starchiness of it, which sticks to the pan.
What about
I feel like chili would be easy. Chili and like.
Yeah, that's true. I think meal prepping is important, but then I also just want to be able to just come in and like quickly kick something
throw
up.
something up, or like any
I want both.
non-bake stuff. I feel like is
no bake stuff.
no bake. Like look up no bake recipes, and then
Right.
that'll be pretty solid, because you don't have to clean anything. You literally
Right.
just whatever your plate you're putting it on, you just put it there.
Right.
Yeah.
Any new video games? I've been looking at that Total War game, the new one.
Oh, the new one.
But I also want to finish the Warhammer 2.
Yeah. I'd want to finish those two. Well, that and even Divinity. I want to finish the storyline of it. But I don't know. I like Grand Theft Auto because I enjoy the grind aspect of it. Because I like having a bunch of stuff that other people can't have. Like now, when I started in the server, I didn't have anything. It was kind of like World of Warcraft, I guess, where it's like, okay, now that I have like all this stuff, I could destroy someone else.
Yeah.
And the money aspect and all that.
But like for me, it's like that's where it ends. It's like, okay, I'm grinding all this money to do what? To like buy a cool new thing and use it in the free world for like 10 minutes.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like you could use that argument for pretty much every single video game, right? Like even in World of Warcraft, once you get to a certain point, which is accurate, like,
no,
but I haven't gotten to that point.
Well, the difference is in World of Warcraft, if you got gear, it could help you improve the time in which it takes for you to do the dungeons that you're doing.
Right.
So you can do them faster. And then, yeah, you're right. Once you complete it and get all the gear, then you're just in free. Then it's like you could help. The only other thing besides being in the open world with your cool gear is helping friends complete dungeons faster.
But even having money to buy like certain weapons, like explosive sniper, I haven't bought that yet, but the armored Kuruma, or I got the more upgraded version, which was like the armored truck, can be used in
that stuff
those
is
things.
good.
But the annoying part is like in the game, you have to do a lot of research because you can make stupid purchases, which I have. That's just a complete waste of money. Like when I bought the motorcycle club businesses, but I didn't have money for the upgrades. I thought, if I have more, it'll be better, but apparently not. And so I just wasted my money on like two businesses I'm not even doing.
Right.
Using.
That's true. But my other argument is like, yeah, there are some things you can use in the missions, like as you said, the armored vehicles. But there's a lot of the missions I care about are the heists, and majority of the heists you're on foot with guns, and so there isn't really like some cool thing you can get that can really help you.
The minigun makes actually a huge difference in the who were the the juggernauts,
Right.
because those.
Well, actually, even the laser gun that I got somehow by
Did you?
accident, that's how we were able to kill those guys so fast.
I wasn't there for that one.
Oh, shoot, you weren't there. Well, me and Michael, I don't know how we got it, but we got there's a big laser cannon that you hold,
Oh, really?
and you can take those guys out, and you just hold a laser on them, and they die in
Oh, what the hell?
like
We should
3
be doing
seconds.
that one then. Because that was the only reason
That's
we
what
didn't
I-
do Act 2
that's what I was using, and then I didn't do it when you came back or whatever.
Also, by the way, Act 2 is closer to your bunker thing, because that was the other annoying thing I hate, is anything in Paleto Bay, like Faisal's business is there, we have to like travel all the way to the fucking top of the map
Right.
and come all the way down. But there's definitely annoying things, but I
But
I enjoy it more than any other game that we're currently interested in. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, there aren't any. Well, at least that
Exactly.
I'm interested in. Although I might think of Total War again.
Yeah, I would consider going back, but I'm enjoying it now. So, actually, me and Faisal might go back to WoW
for
or
classic.
we probably will.
For classic,
Yeah, for classic.
yeah, even Faisal.
Yeah,
Okay,
he said
that's
down.
interesting.
He said with or without Nabil. You might need him.
Yeah, yeah,
Also,
you'll
that'll
definitely need me. Dude, I don't think Faisal will. I don't think
He'll be able to handle the.
I don't think he'll
classicness?
like it. I don't think he'll like it.
Oh, classic versus. Because
Yeah.
it's harder, or.
Yeah, there's way more inconveniences. It is harder.
I heard they are getting rid of some of the inconveniences though. Like they're not making it completely.
I heard that they get rid of bugs, but like, did
Yeah.
you hear of anything that wasn't a bug? That was an inconvenience.
Yeah, there was one thing, and I think the community agreed. Like, yeah, that was a stupid thing to have in the first place. But
I like anything I can play with my friends.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, that's a good.
Pretty
point.
much any game is better with friends.
That's probably a good point. Yeah, I said I would not play it because I just thought I wouldn't be interested.
The classic WoW.
Yeah.
Because no longer friends with Mudasir.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, you said but I thought you said you didn't want to give it or the classic WoW.
Wait, say that again.
You didn't want to
Play
start,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did say that.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm still +0. What does that even mean?
+0 respect. I don't know.
Yeah, what would make me want to play classic WoW? I don't know.
Maybe you just don't like video games, man.
I like video games that.
That's so funny.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what makes me interested in a video game. There has to be something I have to think about. And things that I can improve on.
I feel like Divinity was pretty.
The problem with Divinity is, well, it's probably my fault. Oh yeah, Faisal is like, Deep Rock Galactic is the next big thing for us. I already know this.
Maybe.
Yeah, I haven't been giving it a shot. I just watched some trailers. It's basically like Minecraft, but with some guns and stuff, I think.
There's 2 versions of that though. Like
Yeah. There's another one called
What
It's
is
by a company called either Hijinks or Hynix or something.
Yeah.
Not Hynix. And yeah, they made a game similar to that. Yeah, the problem is like those games, they have to have something more than just. It can't just be like Minecraft with better graphics.
It might not. You haven't given it a try. It might have.
Yeah, that's true. But if it's just like mining minerals and then building buildings,
Is that what it is?
I don't know, but that's what it looked like.
Oh, I thought there were like missions and stuff. It seemed like more like story based from what I briefly saw. Like
Yeah,
that there was like some objective and you're
working
working on getting it, but
yeah, I would have to have something more than just more than a Minecraft remake, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you try the new Total War?
I know it's gonna be very similar to like all the other ones, which I'm fine with because like I mean I like it.
Kind of reminds me of Battle Realms, only because it's
because it's like
samurai
in China,
based.
yeah,
Or
samurai based. Yeah, I wish they just had the 4-player.
yeah. See, that's the other problem. It's like finding the 4-player aspect of it is difficult.
That's true.
Even though GTA has it. I also want to get the yacht too. It's gonna go on sale, and then we can do those different heists.
Yeah, I've been watching some documentaries on people who make games, like the guys who made Rocket League. These guys have been working on this stuff for like a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even like they didn't work on. Well, first of all, Rocket League itself was like a 10-year process. But like just the stuff they've been working on before, and like for example, I don't remember the game. Actually, I think it was like Unreal Tournament. These guys were like, so this guy owned a company, and then he hired a bunch of modders to make games off of the Unreal Tournament game engine. And they,
Unreal.
yeah, and they made some game. They became really good at like making car physics in games. So like making cars like like they had one game mode where you were driving a car. So they had cars in this game mode of Unreal where you could kill people. And then they made a little game mode where you could you had to do tricks and stuff. So they were able to master the mechanics of like flipping cars upside down, left and right.
Right.
And then there's just other things that they worked on, and it was like a build up. And then like they worked on this other game called, it was a very long title. It was like Speed Rocket Galactic,
Speed Racer Rocket,
something like that. Like it was like a 6-word title.
Yeah.
And that was basically what Rocket League was. It's just a very different version. It was only for PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
PlayStation 2 or 4 or something. And then they kept trying to sell the idea. So like they released it and it did okay, but nobody really caught on, and it was hard for them to pitch the idea to people because the only pitch was like, yeah, it's like soccer but with cars, and then people were like, okay, that sounds kind of stupid. And then they're just like, yeah, it was like you had to just play it, and then they released it on PC, and then there was like a big boost. I forget what it was, but this YouTube channel No Clip does documentaries on game stuff. And
well, we saw the one on RuneScape. That one was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that one was done. Well, it was posted on RuneScape's YouTube channel. I don't know who made it, but yeah.
And I also saw what was it? I saw one on Divinity as well.
Oh, really?
That one was pretty interesting too.
Do you know the company who made Divinity?
Yeah, they're called, oh shoot, I forget their names. But that one's actually a really good one because it goes into like they have like a rough patch as well. Like they had a pretty good, or the first one was all right or something. I don't know. I forget. But like it's interesting to see like how they do the writing for it and stuff like that.
Right. Let me try and just unscrew one of these light bulbs. I just want to see if that'll fix the problem.
Yeah, this one's giving me epilepsy. Did you take out one?
Yeah, but
It didn't do anything. I don't even know what that would be like. Would it be the wiring?
I don't know if it's the light bulb or the thing itself. I don't think it's the light bulbs. I mean, I could plug the light bulb into
Also,
it.
where's the wire in it? I didn't even realize. It's in the chain?
It must be somewhere attached to the chain.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway. But yeah, no, I've seen a lot of them, and they're like, seems like they've been doing it for years on end.
Yeah, and they work like a lot, like
For a long period of time.
yeah. The one guy's like, I was watching another one about Batista, and they make also Fallout.
Oh, okay.
Other than Elder Scrolls,
Mm-hmm.
and then the CEO is just like, yeah, I've spent more hours with this than I have with my own family. So you can tell that I'm very dedicated. I'm like, holy moly, is that what it takes? Dude?
I think so, because I mean, I'm sure that's the case with any entrepreneur. Like, you need to.
Yeah, and that's even for my own programming. I think, like, if I'm watching a YouTube video or playing a game or something,
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have to pretty much like give this up to like?
No.
Should I be
YouTube.
working on my programming?
Oh, nonstop.
Yeah.
I guess it depends what, like, if you're trying to build a product, then yes, I think you have to give up like a
Yeah.
lot.
Like
I'm
I'm talking about like a 7-day week thing.
Oh yeah. If you're trying to build a product, then yes. If you're just trying to get a job, I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I am trying to build a product eventually.
Yeah.
So I probably
Then
should
you
be
will,
working
yeah.
somewhere. So I just
Just go all out. Well, it depends if you want it. If it's something that interests you, then
I do. I mean, I do want it. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can test it out, see if that's the.
Because sometimes I'll like take a break, but like it's a forced break. It's like I could keep working, but like I have been working for a long time or many hours a day. I'm like, all right, I should take a break because I don't know.
That's what people do.
Yeah. Yeah, something about like, I mean, I have like had long spurts of programming and like, I don't know, you're able to like understand things more because everything's fresh in your mind and like, it's like if you played a game for like many hours,
Yeah.
like someone who played like 3 hours a day versus someone who played like 12 hours a day. The guy who played 12 hours a day is probably going to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably would have to. I'm sure like Elon and all them are like, although they're working on multiple things, so.
Right. Okay, are there any examples of people who live a balanced life and are able to make
A product? I'm sure.
Well, specifically
Software related?
Yeah, specifically software related.
I'm sure there are.
Yeah, we just don't know them.
We don't know them, but I think like the build up for the product, I think that they don't have much of a life.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like if you announce a product launch and then you have to work on it.
Because like I think maybe after you've launched the product and you've worked out the glitches and you don't want to innovate, then I'm sure they're coasting. But I think the build up to the product for 5 or 10 years it takes them to make it. I don't think they have much time. Because imagine that you'd have to not just work on the programming itself, but the marketing of it, the funding of whoever people you need to hire.
Yeah.
Like the sales people you need to hire or whatever. At least that's what I was thinking of with Yelp.
Yeah, that's true.
Seemed like there's a lot that goes into it.
That's true.
But I also feel like you don't have to make like a huge product. You could make like a free tool for, I don't know, compressing files. Right, and then you just make money on the ads on the site that you have.
Or if you sell a premium version of it or something.
Yeah. But like
true.
you could make something super basic that a lot of people want, and I'm sure it didn't take too much time to make.
Yeah, that's true.
So it really depends on where you want to go with it, I guess.
Man, this light, I tell you.
Yeah, I think we'll have to cut it short.
Very distracting. It hurts.
Sometimes I just I'll either look down or I'll just
it's like very discombobulating.
Is this what it's like to have epilepsy?
Probably. I really want. I mean, I guess after this, I'll just take the light bulbs, put it in a different lamp, and
test them out.
If it's the light bulbs.
For some reason, I think if it's all of them, it has to do with the wiring.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way all 5 are defective.
Yeah.
Is there a little bug, a squirrel chewing on the wire or something? Holy
well, I mean, again, I don't even see the actual wire. Oh, there it is.
I think it's
in between the chains.
Yeah. So, in classic WoW, you're gonna make a rogue?
Probably, yeah.
I figured.
Not go any other way.
What's Faisal gonna make?
I don't know.
Like a priest or something? Just heal you?
A druid, maybe?
No way, dude.
That would be funny.
That's what part.
We'll have to start from level 1 again, so it's not like.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be funny because like also it's like it takes a long time to like get to like level 30.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think of that. They're probably
Like
gonna.
there's no like.
Do you think they're gonna have the same leveling? Or
Oh yeah.
opposite? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Or sorry, well I shouldn't say 100%. Like I know what I'm talking about. I mean, if they're releasing classic WoW, yes, that.
Oh, and the bounce at 40, right? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that would be that 40 and 60.
Oh man, I didn't even think of all this.
Gold would actually be worth something theoretically, unless you
Yeah.
can buy it still.
Copper will be worth something.
What?
Copper will
copper.
actually.
Yeah. Well, maybe not copper, but silver definitely.
That's funny.
Yeah.
This is pretty hardcore. At least the first one, and then the raids will probably be 40 man or whatever it was previously.
Yeah.
But I think that was it. The matchmaking. They have like, I think they're keeping some of the matchmaking capabilities. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, which kind of makes sense. It's like, why do we have to go to the main city just to type and find people? I guess it's more role playing, but
yeah, that part's fine. I think one criticism that people had was that the whole sharding thing, where like if you have what?
They won't have sharding.
No, I think they will.
Wait, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the one where it's like it upgrades your belt or whatever, or your necklace?
Sharding, like where you'll be playing with people from different servers.
Okay.
As opposed to you're only playing with people on your own server.
Right. You think they will do that?
They will have sharding.
Okay.
That's what sharding. Sharding is like it's a way to load balance.
Right.
So it's like if you have 100 people on one server and one guy on another server.
Right.
You like you split them up into like different servers. And,
okay. Yeah.
So there's no server, so to speak.
Yeah, I guess I'm indifferent about that. I do,
but people think that it's sucks. It takes the community aspect out of the game because now instead of seeing Billy Bob all the time, you're seeing just like it's this fucking random guy 1, random guy 3. I don't really know who these people are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they should maybe keep that.
But I mean, it's hard because
it's also annoying when there's like thousands of people on a server at
like
once,
lagging you out.
You're trying to look at the mailbox, but everyone's on top of it.
Yeah.
So
I also noticed when I played WoW for a little bit, while we had fiber, the ping drop, which is pretty cool. Because like normally we get like 70, 60 ms.
Yeah.
But like
this is 1.
Yeah, it's from just the ping of the internet goes from 30 to 1. So in my game, it goes from 60 to like 14 or something.
I saw Linus Tech Tips on it. Like he just made a video on that recently, and he was talking about how like you have to look at the reviews of the internet provider because like there will be some cases where if you upgrade the internet like from 100 to 250 Mbps, the latency actually lowers or is just like worse in general. So I think the latency, well, thank God this one's fast, but it does make a huge difference.
Right.
At least with like when like you'll see certain things like jump around, I don't think that issue will happen.
That's true.
Unless that person is lagging, which is good. 'Cause I like playing games knowing that the reason I'm losing is because I suck, not because
because of internet problems
or the keyboard's not working or the mouse isn't working or my monitor's not working.
Right.
Like those are stupid reasons.
So how long will you play WoW Classic when it comes out? 2-3 months.
Probably. Or
I'd
say
like when you get to 60, will you
continue
sign
playing?
up for raids and stuff like that?
Probably. I'll have to see. I'll have to see how like easy the matchmaking is. If it's like how it was Classic was, where I have to find a raid or whatever, then probably not. But if it's quick, then I'll probably give it a go.
Will you learn all the fights and stuff? For me, that's where a line drawn. Like I know I I've given up on that.
On that one, yeah.
I won't be a guy who does raids.
Yeah.
I can't play a game. I've tried to be the guy who does research and looks at videos. I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to play the game, dude. If I have to do homework to play the game, like, it's not really takes the playing game fun out.
I think that's the case of most games if you want to work or play efficiently.
No, I'm not against knowing how to play the game properly.
Right.
But I want to do that by playing the game, not by doing homework and then playing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's some expectation when you get into these raiding guilds where it's like, especially if there's already a core of people who know how to do the fights, and you're coming along, and if you say, yeah, I have no idea what these fights are about, then some people might be like, all right, then we're not going to invite you.
Right. Which makes sense.
And suppose you could just lie and try to get away with it. But I don't know, just it takes the whole fun out of it. Now, if I have to pretend I know what I'm doing, like, I feel like a hindrance to the group and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It depends, because you also don't want to play with noobs.
100%. Well,
So
if I was on the other team, I would also be like, oh, this guy doesn't know any of the fights. Okay, just go scram, dude.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you can really, unless it's, I guess Rocket League was kind of trial and error.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But actually, also, I'm not interested in becoming really good at a game, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't interest me, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't really care for ranked games anymore. As long as it's a fun game.
Yeah, because that's just an endless, stupid thing.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
League of Legends. Yeah. The idea is cool, but
freaking.
Until you realize you suck.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Well, I still think I made it to platinum. Maybe I wasn't the best, or definitely not in the top.
Oh, we got a caller coming in. Let's see if we can connect.
Somewhere close.
Let's see if this works.
Caller coming in.
Caller coming in. Caller
spazzing out from this light.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Upside down.
Am I right or no?
Yeah, I just have to flip you around in the thing. You're live on the stream, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Well, I gathered your father said, Manim said I was needed on the call.
Yeah, well, we were just wondering if you were to join us. And
well, I did feel yesterday that I might not survive the night, but I did. So I'm good.
That's good. I guess you're catching us in... What's that?
I said the usual travel bug.
Yes, Daniel would know more than me, as of recent.
Yeah. Yes. So what's the topic of the day? Or what are the topics?
Let's see. We talked about Daniel's travels. We talked about video games. Talked about cooking.
Yes.
And how I realized I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, at cooking?
Yeah.
Well, what was the reason? Because Daniel's acquired the skill of it.
Yeah, I don't like the rules, and so I want to break them, but I'm not knowledgeable enough to break them skillfully.
So you need to know them to break them.
Right, but then I'm also lazy, so I don't want to put in the effort to learn the rules, and So
there is that thing about, the same concept of coding or anything, putting in, how many hours is
10,000.
it supposed to be? 10,000, yes.
Yeah, I'm not putting 10,000 hours into cooking.
What is 10,000 hours equivalent to in cooking? What would you do the math on it?
It'd just be...
that's to be a master at something. You don't have to be a master.
So you say you want to, let's say, 2 hours a day for how many years?
2,000. A 40-hour work week is 1,920 hours a year. So it's like 2,000 hours for 1 year. So that's like 5 years. 10,000 hours is like 5 hours of 40 hour work weeks.
Yeah. it
So
would
if
be
you
thir-
said
it would
you
be
said 2
13
hours a
years.
day, it would be
13
I
years.
said 2.
yeah.
13 years?
Yeah.
Okay. 13 years, I guess. So if you cooked more than 2, if you double that, then it's that's an interesting concept. I wonder where, Nabil, how long have you been doing coding?
It's hard to say because it's
I mean,
been
how many hours do you feel you've put in?
But I don't
Yeah.
even know. I don't know how to reference it. Like there's
8 hours. It's been a year.
that Ajit
365
had
multiplied by.
mentioned and I wonder, as a group,
Oh, actually
if
longer
we
than
get
that.
stuck into, or I get stuck into this concept of units of time and units of efficiency, and do others do the same thing?
I feel like the 10,000 hours thing. I feel like they just started with 10 and just kept adding zeros until they're like,
what?
yeah, this
Do
sounds
you think they
right.
started at 10 hours?
Like first they're like, all right, how many hours? 10 hours? Nah.
Yeah,
100
definitely
hours?
not 10.
Nah.
You can't be a master in 10 hours.
Probably 1,000 hours? No, it's got to be more. It's just 10,000 sounds good.
It was in some book, I think. But
No, but he must have based it on, and it's a famous.
Or he rounded
Irish,
up. He probably rounded up. It was probably like 9,500 in there.
I mean,
but he must have based it on.
yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense. I'm just saying.
If you spent 5 years doing something, yeah, you'd probably be a master.
Yeah.
But you
So,
could.
do you see the backdrop of where I'm sitting?
Yeah, I saw. I couldn't tell because there's a curtain, but yeah, it looks like a backdrop of
Yes.
some sort.
It's a backdrop of a city. It's a backdrop of Rawalpindi.
Oh, you're not where you used to be.
Not in
No,
Kansas.
I'm not in Doxial. I was in the middle of the wilderness last time I talked to you. Now I'm in Rawalpindi, and that's a cantonment city. It was built by I think it was started by the British, wasn't it? Or maybe there must have been some towns to hold off the Afghans or Russia even. And my content expert here is Manim, so you will have to verify all that.
It was called the Great Game, Nabil. That was the superpowers. Russia and Britain these were the colonies, so they were obviously leery of the Russians coming and taking over India, the subcontinent. So this was a post, the north, probably the largest northern post to keep the Russians at bay.
Now I know we've said we don't talk about politics, but we can talk about history, can't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
History is culture. Yeah. So imagine the young men of your age, because they were primarily men, sitting out here waiting for the big armies. I mean, if you put it in the Game of Thrones context, this was the White Wall, the Great Wall. What do they call it?
The Great Wall of China.
The wall in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's just called the Wall.
It's just called the Wall.
The Wall.
Just the wall. That's the wall. Yeah. Yeah, I guess then there was the Wall of the Mountains after that. There was a northern region after that. It's interesting how the north, when you think of north, east, and south, and west, the different connotations you have with those regions, depending on where you are. When you think of northern Italy and southern Italy, or the east and the west, isn't it?
Or the Union and the Confederacy.
That's also the north and the south, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the division, and then the east coast and the west coast. I wonder what the thoughts are around that. But is that politics, or is that
regional differences?
Regional differences.
Yeah, this light has been flickering for
it's hard to concentrate because our light bulbs right now
I think I have to give up.
Flickering away, and it's very
is
irritating.
It like a torture chamber?
Yes. very much so.
You know, you can't break the rules of your show here.
Yeah, well, we've done
true.
50
We're
minutes.
Up 50 minutes.
I think we're good. I think we're good to go.
I mean, we could
Sign out.
we could.
Yes, none of the viewers have any questions.
Yeah, they have.
They've been talking a little bit.
Yeah. Who's on?
Michael,
Faisal and Michael.
Yes. What do they say? Ask them. If there's a flickering light, should the hosts stop the show, or should the show go on?
Well, they can hear you, so I'll let them respond.
Turn off the lights.
We tried turning off the lights. It was extremely dark.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of ideas. My brain's not working right now.
Yeah, well, I think the light is just too much.
Yeah, that just
think
that just goes to show you that
'cause I
setting and ambiance is very important to stimulating conversation.
Yeah, so these lights here, Mom, are very important.
So the
white.
conversation in the cave never happen, or does the cave have ambience?
A conversation in a cave?
Actually, yeah, you technically could do it
a
in dark.
philosopher in a cave.
Yeah, you could do that. But if you had a flickering,
That would have ambience.
yeah, that could be.
You're sitting on a stony rock, which is hurting your behind.
Well, yeah, if you're in pain, it probably would hinder any fruitful conversation.
Yes.
So that probably wouldn't.
Buddha was always
But all the
sitting on
great
ground.
thinkers were either
They were comfortable.
starving or,
Yeah, they didn't have flickering
Oh,
lights.
you say they were starving?
I mean, didn't they used to? They were ascetics. They left the world and they kind of. That's where they got their great thoughts. They didn't sit in the comfort of a.
Yeah, well, let me try flickering lights at them and see when they're foaming out the mouth
Well,
from
they
epilepsy.
all kind of lights, didn't they?
Yeah, but not it's
these
not
lights
like
filter.
these electronic lights that can just flicker very quickly. Well, those
So
would be
you
more.
should have blinkers on.
Blinkers?
Yes.
How come it hasn't happened before?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
We were trying to figure out if it was the wire, but it.
I don't think it's the light bulbs because all 5 of them are going off.
Yeah.
I think it's something to do with the wiring.
That is very strange.
Yes.
You're overloading the system.
Well,
You need something banterish, witty to say about the flickering lights that end the show.
yeah, that's true.
Like life,
Because
we
flickering-
flicker
Yeah,
in and out
Yeah.
until we're dim and
the
dead.
show is done.
Yes.
Until we're what?
Until we're dim and dead. It
Uh,
was Faisal.
Yeah.
Faisal did
or
it.
dim-witted.
Dim-witted. Faisal told
Have you
me.
already discussed his trip?
Yeah, I think he's already discussed his
Yeah.
trip.
You can tune into the first 20 minutes of this podcast.
Yeah,
for
this will
that-
be
for an
posted
in-depth
on.
review.
This will be posted on YouTube if you want to review the
Yeah.
video.
Please like.
If you've even gotten to the end of the pen podcast, then you'll know to go to the beginning of it.
Yes, it's very intuitive.
Yes. So,
All right, I
so
think I'm
the
walking
highlight
off.
Was at the beginning, the low light. Oh, the highlight at the beginning, the low light at the end, and the flickering in the middle.
Yes, that sounds good. Okay, actually, I'm gonna click the stream off as Daniel has
I'm
nicely
signing out.
suggested. My host has quit on me.
I'm out. This is
All right,
not
thanks for
nice.
watching, and
All right, see you
toodaloo.
guys.